All right, grade 4, welcome back. Today, this is your grammar/writing lesson. We've been working on dialogue, on using direct and indirect speech in our writing. And we know we can use that in stories and comic strips. So here we have dialogue in speech bubbles. And we tend to see that a lot in comic strips or comic books. So we're going to look at today how to write a comic strip, and then I'll show you some templates that we have that you can use. So let's watch the video first. This is by Learn. All right, so comics are visual texts that make use of dialogue, captions, and visual images to communicate a story or a particular message to the reader. I'm going to turn the volume down so we can look at our three parts here. We have our dialogue. This shows up in the speech bubbles. If we were writing it in a story, we would use quotation marks and make this direct speech. But in speech bubbles, we don't need quotation marks. Our visual images, these are our pictures, and our captions. This is the information it gives under the picture that relates to it. So for planning, step 1, we're going to create our characters. Step 2, we're going to brainstorm. Step 3, we're going to write and draw. And step 4, we're going to review. It's always important to review our work. So let's start with some characters. Characters can be people, animals, or things. Do they have personality quirks, funny ways of speaking, distinctive looks? Do they have objects they use? Ah, it won't fit in my cart. Step 2. Brainstorm ideas for your comic. Choose one. Choose an area or a setting that's familiar to you, such as hanging out, working out, gaming, home, or school. What are common situations in this area? What's something funny that you and your friends still laugh about? What's something that's really true and ironic? These are good things to write about. For example, in Home, my brother and I can't agree on what show to watch. We taped my dad singing in the shower and posted it on his Facebook wall. My mom yells at us to stop yelling. Then you're going to do Write and Draw, step 3. Here they've got some templates for planning and writing for your comic strip. We're going to use some different templates, and you get to pick which one. Then step 4, review your comic. Is the comic telling a story, a joke, or communicating a message? Are the characters in the setting appropriate to the message, story, or joke? Do the expressions on the characters' faces and their body language add meaning to the comic? Does the comic make use of devices such as captions, speech bubbles, and sound effects? Does the illustration style and use of color add meaning to the comic? Now you're ready to make your final version and share it with an audience. Yay! All right. So, if you go to your class dojo, you'll find different comic strip templates. Now, a template is just a blank setup of something you can use to write and draw in. You can pick one of these pages. You do not need to print more than one, okay? So you pick which one you want to use. Maybe you should think about your comic first and decide if you want a lot of speech or only a little speech, because some of them already have speech bubbles like that one. Some of them don't have any speech bubbles, and you can decide if you want to add a speech bubble and where. Alright, so there's some templates for you to choose, and good luck!